Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talk. Hope everybody's having a great day. Have I got a great video planned out for you guys? It is Friday morning. Today we're going to be talking real quick. We're going to talk a couple of minutes about backwardation. We've already talked about that in a previous video. However, I don't know if you've seen what's going on right now. Holy smokes. In my entire time of silver stacking, I have never seen what I'm about ready to show you. What's happening right this minute at just before 9 o'clock last night. And then after that, we're going to jump into the comments on yesterday's video. As always, on Friday, I like to read through the comments and kind of answer people's questions they have. And with that being said, I think it's a great video. So please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button, leave me a comment, and let me know your thoughts because this is crazy. Okay, so right off the bat, and if I didn't say it, please take a minute, hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. So right off the bat, we had a wild day in silver yesterday. So silver went, as you can see, all the way up to just over 51. It actually got up to 51.25. This chart kind of shows it at 51.21 right about. And then all of a sudden, it came down and then went back up again. And some people want to make the comment it tested that high. Here's the thing. It's not. I'm not worried about it testing. Some people, they see this pattern right here and they instantly think, oh, that means that it's about ready to plunge. I'm not worried about it. I had multiple people I talked to yesterday and they're like, dude, sell, please sell some. You don't know what's happening. I hate to say it. These people don't know what's happening. You've got silver spot price right now at $49.60. Yeah, it's not $50. It's $49.60. Any guesses on what the futures price is? Here's where it's going to get exciting. Remember, that's $49.50, not 48, not 47. Take a look at the spot price. Spot price right now, $47.50. A $2 difference between spot and futures. And we've talked about that in a previous video, what that means and why that's so good. Because people right now are rushing to sell their physical silver at $49.59. So we'll just say $50. And then they're taking that money and they're turning around and buying a paper contract for the futures market at $47.54. Here's the thing. We could start to see a huge divergence between the spot price and the futures price. And what does that do? That means, yeah, people are dumping their physical because they can get more paper ounces. But at the end of the day, do you actually have your paper ounces? Are you going to be, you have paper, but are you going to have physical if you need to exchange it? It's a whole lot harder to exchange. Yeah, they can manipulate the futures price, the paper price to anything they want. They really can. And people don't understand that. They are just scrambling right now. Why is this happening? Well, one, I don't know how many people have been following the DXY. What's going on with the DXY? Dollar just had a huge pull up. Like all of a sudden, everybody in the world wants the dollars. Come on. Who believes that? Not me. We got the dollar at 99.3, almost back at 100. It could even go over 100 tomorrow. Well, I should say today, Friday. This is crazy. It's crazy exciting. We've got a lot of stuff playing out this week. We have the Fed meeting in, 2 weeks, I think, roughly? A lot can happen. Most likely they're going to cut rates. Things are getting bad. Gold, it's no wonder gold pushed all the way up past 4,000. It's no wonder silver pushed all the way up past 51. And people just can't understand what's going on. This is actual signs of the dollar collapsing. I hate to say that. I'm not trying to fearmonger. It's not going to be the end of the dollar, but it definitely will be the end of essentially purchasing power for the dollar. With that being said, as always, we're going to jump into the comments for our Friday video. And just so we take a quick look, we got gold right now, spot price at $39.79. We're seeing that gold to silver ratio start collapsing even lower. Who knows how low this is going to go over the course of the month. It's definitely exciting. I'm curious what this is going to use for the price. Hold on. I'm curious. Is this going to be the 49 or is this going to be the 47? Oh my word, that is so BS. Look at that. So they're counting silver at the 47 futures price, 47.40, and obviously it took a large hit against other stuff. In fact, you can see it's further away now from Google. I kind of want to see it past Google this week, but I don't think we will see it now. Hold on a second, my dog's sitting here tapping. And then we have Bitcoin falling below Amazon again, but not by much. It'll probably be back over Amazon within a day or two. So with that being said, let's jump into the comments. I know everybody likes to hear the comments. We got roughly 60 comments tonight, so I'm going to be a little speedy, but not too speedy. Okay. Happy great Thursday. I hope silver takes a lift off its own by going higher in price. So some people want to see it go higher in price. Some people don't want to see it go higher in price. I'm going to have to pause just for 10 seconds because that's getting annoying. I had to take my dog's bone and go throw it in the corner because he is sitting right next to me and she just keeps tapping it on the floor. So yeah, I personally, I don't know. I'm happy if it goes higher. I'm happy if it comes down. It's definitely exciting. Moving on though to the next comment. Thank you so much, Donnell, for that comment. Metal Suns, what's up? Good morning, T. I just started stacking about 4 months ago, and that's when I found your channel. I went quite heavy around 34 to 39 range, and boy, I am glad I did. What do you think of gold bucks? I always hear about gold bucks. I'm hoping I'm going to get some pretty soon from someone that is a regret buyer of them. I'm hearing more and more people regret buying gold bucks. We're going to get into that here in just a second. I got a few of the one gold bucks in my stack when they were $6.50, but no gold. I've seen a couple of YouTubers in other states using gold bucks to purchase stuff, and they go by the gold bucks exchange rate. I think it has potential. Like you always say, gold is recognized by everyone. And yes, I know you can barter with constitutional and junk silver, but with those, everyone only recognizes its face value instead of silver value. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to be a little biased on this because I recognize that a quarter is worth essentially almost $9 now. If you're looking at the spot price, a silver dime about $3.60, 50, 60 cents, and a $0.50, 18 something. Can I get better deals? Yes. There are people that are selling them. A lot of times that stuff, that 90% gets sent off, gets melted down. So you can usually get a good deal on that through a lot of dealers. However, gold bucks, I mean, to me, a gold buck, I hate to say this, yes, it has gold, but can you really melt it down? You can't melt them down. Don't think for a minute you can get 1,000 of these $1 gold bucks and melt it down into an ounce of gold. Most people I talk to that have gone heavy on gold bucks regret it. In fact, I know one person right now, well, I shouldn't say I know him. I know a dealer right now that ended up having someone come in with a bunch of gold bucks, some of them the collectible, the early ones, some of them the later ones, and trying to sell them. And the guy told him, I don't want them. Point blank, he did not want them. You can't really send these things off to a melting company. They don't want them. Therefore, I don't really like them personally. Are they cool? They look cool. I mean, you know what? A gift card for Walmart looks cool. I understand it only has value, though, if they accept it. What happens if businesses don't accept it? It's not like gold where anybody will take it off your hands. There are people out there that don't like them. I've talked to a couple people. They regret that purchase. It's a high premium. 1,000 of them at $6.50 means you're paying $6,500 for an ounce of gold. They are extremely fractional, which is good. I do like that about them. But I would rather own 1/40th ounce gold coins, maybe 1/10th ounce gold coins, 1/20th ounce gold coins, or even 1 gram gold bars. But that's just my opinion. Not everybody is going to agree with that, and it's not meant to be bad. Next comment. Thank you so much, Metal Sons. Next comment, Robert. Another great video, T. Stocking up my fiat for my first coin show next month. If I see a crazy drop, I would go all in. I've heard it's easier to get better deals at a coin show than your local coin shops or other online dealers. Yeah, if you're so coin shows, pew pew shows, you can sometimes get some really good deals. Pew pew shows though are hit or miss. You got to understand that. There are people go to a pew pew show, and I'm not going to use the 3-letter word because it's touchy here on YouTube. But people go to those shows for pew pews. However, there are coins shops or coin dealers there sometimes, and some of them do awesome prices, and some of them go a little high. But at the end of the weekend, they want to make a sale. They need to pay for that table. A lot of times you get some really good deals. Having a nice chunk of money definitely gives you opportunity to pick up some great deals too. Coin shops, if you can't find a good deal at a coin show, if you can't find a good deal at a coin show, you cannot be looking. Usually they bring all that stuff to the coin show. They're looking to sell it. They don't want to carry it home, and they'd like to cash out right there. At a coin show, you can get really good deals. A lot of it's surplus. A lot of people go to them shows for deals. So it's good going both days. If you have an opportunity, sometimes they have a 2-day ticket. Go on both days. Go the first day to pick up the absolute steals. Go the last day because people might be a little desperate. Right now, more people are selling than buying. And that's what makes this an awesome time to be stacking, I think. When more people are selling, that's fear in the water. What happens when there's fear? You buy when there's fear in the water, and then you essentially sell when greed is in the air. So great comment, great question, Robert. Next one, Happy Stacker. What's up, my man? Hope you're having a great day. Good morning, T. For me, these last 2 years has been like the movies, like the movie Trading Places. This is wild. Yeah, so great. I actually know a little bit of his backstory, and he told me I could share it too anyway. He didn't know about silver a couple years ago. He ended up inheriting some from, I guess, I think it was his father. And, you know, us stackers are looked at like we're nut jobs. I'm not going to lie. We don't understand that stuff. All of a sudden, someone passes away, and you look under their bed or in their closet, and they got a bunch of silver ounces, and you're like, what the heck? Some people, pennies. I got one friend, he's got a ton of pennies, and he's worried down the road. Is his kid's going to have a hard time with all this stuff? So, you know, yeah, it's definitely exciting. Trading Places, absolutely. It brings you, once you see behind the curtain, it's hard to ever think of it any different. Now that I understand what real money is, I mean, it seems like I'm always cash broke, but I know that I'm not really broke. And I get a kick out of it when someone's like, dude, you don't have any money? What the heck? I got money. I just ain't got your kind of money. So next one, love the Legendary Warrior series. Great video. Yeah. Oh, so those are great coins. For those of you that don't know, Silvertown has the Legendary Warriors. There's going to be 15 in all. They just came up with the 12th one. It's estimated that by the summer of next year, all 15 of them will be out. They've released one every 3 months, 4 coins a year. We are now 3 years into it, and basically a little over 3 years, and then we're done next year. And I will be glad when they're done, because stacking these things now, it's getting expensive, and not because the spot price is high, but because I ended up going in way overboard, because I started stacking those things when they were like $18. And, $18. I want to get 100 of each one would be cool. That would be an amazing accomplishment. Well, now, 100 at $50, that's some money. So thank you so much for that great comment. Eli, great point on buying at certain prices and having thoughts of selling because it's doubled. I'm in the same boat. I started buying it around $18, and $20 an ounce. But I've not sold anything either. But it is in the back of my mind. That would be a good video for you to touch base on again. Pros and cons of selling for profits, or thinking if you sell and you want to buy back into silver, you're going to probably pay higher prices. Thanks. So I have a buddy of mine, a dear friend. He's been my friend. He's been like a father figure to me for 30 years now. I actually met him when I used to do card trading, and I was like 11. And he worked at an establishment, and he was a big card collector. But he didn't have time to go hunt specific cards down. And I did a lot of that. And I became friends with him. And over the years, I've stayed friends with him. And I actually talked to him. He even bought into silver at roughly $17. When I told him about it, he said, man, I think it's crazy. But he looked into it. He bought a bunch. And ironically, he just sold the other day a bunch of ounces. A lot of ounces. And I talked to him today on the phone. He said, dude, you don't think maybe you should sell half and just hedge your bet? He goes, you know how when I bet on the Super Bowls, I might bet early, like during the season, who he thinks going to win. And then when it looks like that's the team that might do it and he's got like a good bet, he goes, I'll sometimes the day of the Super Bowl bet on the other team to guarantee that I'll win at least something. Instead of all of a sudden my team loses and I get nothing. He said, that's hedging your bet. He goes, you don't think maybe you should hedge a little bit and, sell some? I don't. In fact, I just bought. This week, I have bought a ton. So remember that 0% credit card that I've been paying off a little bit? I'm sorry. I hit it again. Picked up a bunch of great stuff. Some awesome stuff came in. My buddy offered it up to me. He goes, you want it? $50 an ounce. Take whatever you want. Han Solo, Darth Vader, Millennium Falcon, really cool stuff. I said, I'll take it all if you can find a way to bill me on a card. And he said, I can do that. And he did it. And sure enough, I don't regret it. I really don't. Spot price at the time was 49. Now spot price is over 49. We're going to probably look at this multiple times. We are looking at still 49.50-ish. I expect that gap to possibly even spread out more with what's going on. Between 47.44, the futures price, spot price 49.55. This is getting wild. I think it's going to stay wild, and I'm going to keep stacking. Something is going on where people want physical. Don't be surprised if at some point before the end of the year or in the first month of next year that we see something crazy happen. What crazy could happen? Well, at the end of the year, we end a financial quarter. Shorts will have to be covered a certain percentage. Does that mean they'll pay it out? No, they'll probably just pay off the difference and kick the can down the road a little bit more. But it is definitely getting exciting, and I think a lot of people are not willing to give up. I mean, this is your shot. You are right now at the crosshairs of possibly changing your life forever. Literally. If you sell now, in my personal opinion, you're giving up your opportunity. And when it happens, you will regret it. I regret selling Dogecoin as early as I sold it, but I don't regret selling it because I got some friends that refused to sell and they rode it all the way back down. At one point, I could have had $250,000 in Dogecoin off of a medium investment. But I don't want to say got greedy. I wanted to be safe, play it safe. And when I had a nice profit, I took it out. I regret that because it kept going and going and going. And then it all of a sudden came crashing down. And that could happen with silver, but I don't think it will, personally. I mean, anything can happen. This is not a financial channel, therefore it's not financial advice. So take it like a grain of salt, do your own homework, and keep looking into it. When you say you think we will see $100 silver in 2026, are you saying that it's going to be a peak before a major drop off? Or do you think $100 will be the new floor for purchasing silver? Okay, so with that comment, I just think, just like I said this year, I said by the end of the year, I think silver would have been 48. I said that in the very first video of the beginning of the year. So anybody can look that up. I said $48 silver by the end of the year. We are over $48. But we hit $48. I think we will see at least at some point next year $100 silver. Do I think it will stay there? Do I think that will be the new floor? Do I think it will keep going up? That I don't know until we get a little closer. I don't want to make a call like that this far out, but I think $100 silver is easy to predict. That just means a 100% price increase between now and the end of next year. The end of next year. And I will put, as I do every year, at the beginning of the year, my actual yearly prediction, and I will say if I was right or wrong on the previous year. So yeah, do I think that will be the new floor? I don't know. It depends. If it goes up slow and steady, like we've been seeing silver go up right now, that's a good sign. Another good video. Look forward to tomorrow. Yeah. So yeah, if it goes up too fast, that's a scary thing because that doesn't show stability. Right now, we kind of went up fast from 40. Think about this. $41 when the Fed cut interest rates just 3 weeks ago. Maybe even 2 weeks ago. What was it, like the 20th? So we're talking roughly 19 days, 18 days, 20 days, something like that. We were at $41. Couple people said, this is it, man. Buy this right now. Buy. And I had hoped we'd see a little bit more of a dip. We didn't see a big dip like I would have liked. We seen a dip, but by the time the dip came, we had already gone up too much to even make it a dip. However, all of a sudden, we're seeing massive selling. But something is going on right now. Something is happening. Why does everybody want physical right now? They will pay anything to get physical now. They don't want it in a couple months from now. That's why you have the futures price at 47. And you have the physical spot price, or I shouldn't say physical. Some people don't like me using the word physical spot price. You have the spot price right now, almost $50, because something is going on. We won't know what. We never find out what until it's too late. And they can manipulate the game. Right now, they might be manipulating the game, making this happen, and they're buying because people are frantically selling. Like I said, I talked to 3 people this week now. All of them say that they are experiencing heavy buying. One of them was heavy selling. One of them was a coin shop that I used to do a lot of purchases through. She texted me and just said, hey, how things going? These prices are crazy, ain't they? I said, yeah, they are. I mean, I said, are people buying, people selling? What's going on? She said, a lot of people are coming in selling. It's frantic right now. Another buddy of mine, he buys, he sends it off, has it melted, and then takes the cash and rebuys more stuff from everyday people. He said people are coming in left and right. Let's see, the old one. Have a fantastic day. Stay blessed, amigo. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you saying that. Okay, let's see. ZD Lover. Howdy. Today, silver broke 51. Very exciting. I am always, as always, I'm still buying. A bit here, a bit there. As far as selling goes, that will be left to my grandkids to decide when I pass on. Every day, I grab my coffee and cigarette and go on the porch and watch your daily video. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's see. Better than the news, in my opinion. My son stops by several days a week and asks, so, what does T have to say today, Pops? It cracks me up. There was a time when he couldn't care less about silver. But that all changed in 2024. He bought a monster box of maples. At the time, the cost of that was $13,000. Hands down, it was me consistently talking to him about your thoughts that turned him into a stacker. Thank you for that. Keep doing what you're doing. It's making a difference in people's lives. I appreciate that. That kind of brings a little bit of a tear to me. So, I really do appreciate you saying that. So, here's the deal. I mean, we're seeing it just keep inching up. I mean, I can't stress that enough. People are going to miss the boat. They really are. I mean, has anybody in the room that's been stacking for any significant amount of time or even a short time, has anybody ever seen this kind of pricing where you have a $2 difference between the futures and the spot? I can literally go right now, buy a contract for 5,000 ounces of silver on the futures at 47, we'll say 1,000 ounces, $47,000, and then turn around and sell my physical for $49,560. This does not make sense, this kind of spread. We've not seen this. And I think this is a sign that something big is happening behind the scenes, and we're not privy to know it. It's going to be interesting. Things are going to change, and a lot of people are just going to be left out. They'll be wishing they had. And they definitely won't be talking trash anymore about like it's a joke about silver. Let's see. Romo, how's it going? I'm not sure if I said that right. Do you know any coin shops in the Houston area? I can't find any. Oh, yeah. There's a lot just outside of Houston. There's like 3 that I went to, but they're in like between Houston and Beaumont, I think. Or not Beaumont. Yeah, Houston and Beaumont. Just outside. There was a couple. What was that? I'm trying to remember the name. I did YouTube videos at them too. But here's the thing. You can still find. I'm guessing you don't like buying online. Here's what I would do. Because don't jump in and buy at the first shop that you find. Take some time, shop around. Look at the surrounding Houston areas. Real quick. Let me just see something real quick. Coin shops in the Houston, Texas area. So there's one here that says D of J coins. Mine were not in direct. The ones that I went to were kind of outside of Houston. But even if you have to take a ride a little ways, there's nothing wrong with that. Check jewelry shops too. So I recently found out you go to a jewelry shop, they buy junk silver. They buy silver. They'll even buy constitutional. They'll buy silver rounds. You can sometimes get an amazing deal at these places. I'm trying to see the Beaumont Road, what road that is. I think it's 10 that I take. So I come up here. I usually take this outer bypass. I think it's this one, but it might be this inner one right here. And then I start coming this way. Gold and silver. What is this one right here? I'm just going to pick this one because it's kind of Bucky's. I'm looking for Beaumont. Let's see here. RV Park to Max. I'm getting too far probably. Beaumont. This is usually this area. Ooh, Universal Coin and Bullion. They have been. I love that place. I really do. I'm trying to think what the name of it was. Rusty. Antique shops. Definitely check antique shops. You can find a lot of good deals there. There's a bunch of coin shops out there. There has to be opportunities. You're gonna have to probably spend a day. If you, I mean, I know a lot of people work, but if you can get out of work a little early, plan a trip, hit a few places that have potential, whether it be an antique shop right here, this Crosby Antique Mall. Sometimes you can find good deals there, especially now. So right now, if I was looking, this is my tip to you. With the way the price ran up, I would go. Excuse me. I would go to off-the-wall places. A coin shop keeps up with the price every day. They're like me and you. An antique mall, they're not keeping up with prices. They put a price sticker on it, and it sits there. And you walk in, and you see silver quarters for $6 or $7 when you know the spot price is even more than that. So you have opportunity. Definitely take advantage of the opportunities. Take the time. It's worth looking around. Look and see if there's any coin shows in the Houston area coming up. Coin show in the Houston, Texas area. In fact, there's a huge coin show every year because Universal Coin and Bullion actually sponsors one. Let's see. Visit the ANA event calendar. Check Numismatic, Texas Association. Search for specific shows in Houston. There's a lot of opportunity. Don't jump right now. They're having a hard time finding buyers with cash. I mean, yes, I shouldn't say they're having a hard time finding buyers because they're finding buyers, but these buyers are big buyers. They're just got standing orders for millions of ounces, and a lot of it seems to be probably going overseas right now. That's why you're seeing the American price. It seems like it's lower than what they're asking in countries like China. They're having more, and I won't say the American price because everybody pretty much uses the spot price or the futures price, but what they're seeing is premiums are a whole lot higher over there. So don't sell yourself short. I wish I had a place to recommend to you in the Houston area. If you ask again in like a week and I see the comment, I'll kind of be able to look when I'm not online doing a video, but I kind of want to make sure I find you something. Let's see. Good morning, T. Have a great day. And buy silver. I've been buying like crazy. Let's see. Jack had 2 firsts this week. I sold a bit and took some profits. And I also bought my first $50 ounce. I'm guessing I don't mean a $50 gold eagle. That means a 50. Now it gets a little tricky. $50 ounce. I'm guessing that means you paid over 50 for an ounce of silver. Yeah. So there are people taking profits. I wouldn't want to take profits right now personally, but I can't say anything bad. If you've been buying, you've got a bunch, you need a little money. I told my friend that he sold a lot, a few, let me put it this way, a few monster boxes. And he said, nah, I want to sell some. This is crazy right now what's happening. And I said, okay, I understand, but I said, what are you going to do with the money? If you don't have a use for the paper money, I'm not going to buy it and put it in the bank and sit on it. I'm not going to buy it and hold it. I mean, that's a gift card to me. It's a gift card. I don't keep gift cards in my wallet. I use them. I don't keep dollars too many. I use them. Jeremiah, I'm buying. Thank you so much, buddy. Definitely, but I understand some people, they want to sell some, and I understand some people are picking up because I'm seeing a lot of fancy stuff. Like I said, Millennium Falcon Star Wars, Han Solo Star Wars, Darth Vader Star Wars, and I will be doing a short video pretty soon. I need to order me a new tripod. Mine broke, and I just haven't gotten around to buying a new one. By now, if I had just broke down and just ordered it, but I have, whenever I need something on Amazon, I don't pay for an Amazon account, and so I have someone order the stuff for me, and she just gets it, and I just give her a couple dollars cash or whatever it costed. Let's see, I traded some silver for gold 2 weeks ago. Just a bit of rebalancing. Oh my word, I wish I knew you, dude. I want to get rid of a bunch of gold to get silver, so I would have been on the opposite of that. Most folks were selling at the coin show, and shops. People are struggling with bills. Yeah, prices keep going up. People have to sell. It's the way it is, and it's going to get more expensive. People are going to need more money to get by in life, and they will probably sell their silver. They're happy. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. Silver was designed to hold purchasing power and be there when you need it. And it's doing just that. And some people are letting it go, and then some people are holding out for a whole lot higher of a price. Once a lot of these short-time sellers sell, that's it. We can run higher. I believe we're going to go a whole lot higher. We're just getting started. 2 minutes ago, man, sweet chili heat. You just got on. Left a comment just in time for me loading it up. I would be so happy if it dropped that much right now. I got back like 1/6 of my stack so far. I got my car. Figure I lost 600 Canadian if I bought it all back right now. I'm cool with that. She needs to slow the blank down. Then I'm getting worried I won't get it all back in time. But I'm hitting it hard and fast. And that's the key. Grind, hit it fast, try to pick up as much as you can when you can. I understand bills are a priority still. Food is a priority. You can't take gold and silver with you, but if you keep stacking and you just push yourself, everything you buy, you ask yourself for the time being, it's a short time thing, a month or two, do I really need it? You've got to be dedicated. And you are. I believe you are. I believe you'll get there. I see your comments all the time. You're definitely dedicated to the channel. You're always on here. So thank you very much for that. Man, I just jumped too quick. I lost a lot of them. Hold on here. So, yeah, you'll get there. Just keep at it. Good morning. I'm searching for vintage silver. There's a lot of vintage silver hitting the market too right now for $50 an ounce. So, people are just seeing silver and they're seeing the $50 price tag. They don't care. It's all profit to them. If I have a choice between something cool and something like a Buffalo round, well, yeah, I'm taking cool rounds. But, that's an opinion. I picked up a bunch today. I'd been holding out on a set of silverware, and I ended up trading it today for a bunch of fancy silver ounces because it was just a good deal. I've been holding it forever. I helped someone wanted to sell it. I said, you know what are you going to do with the money if you sell it? Why sell it? It's silver. She wanted 1 ounce silver rounds. I said, she just liked them. I said, you know what? I can help you out. Got her a deal. I actually did very well on that silver set, and I'm going to probably give her a little something actually, just like a little bonus. I mean, granted, I know she wanted it then to sell it, but sometimes if you do really well, it's good to kick a little up or kick a little downstream, whatever they say. So let's see here. I bought 5 more ounces of silver on Tuesday when it was $47.90. I bought a bunch on that day. I bought a bunch when it was $47 actually. And the guy sold it to me for $48, which was at the time $1 over spot. That was a short-term dip, and it was just a good opportunity. I will buy 1/2 ounce of gold and a couple more ounces of silver. I wish you were in my area. I would so sell you my gold or trade it. I tell you, buy some junk silver. Doesn't matter what it is, and I will give you some gold for it. I don't want gold anymore. It's not that I don't want it. Let me reword that. I'd rather have silver. That I'm seeing the signs that the gold-silver ratio is about to get crushed. It's coming down. Let's see. I am always buying. Just bought another 10th American Silver Eagle this morning. Even with the high price, I wish you had wrote the price that you pay. Oh, you did say $453. Darn, I just offered one to someone yesterday for $440, and unfortunately he turned it down because I was like, $440, I'll take essentially 9 ounces. I had a chance to get basically 9 ounces of silver at 49. 4, 8, 9, yeah, 9 ounces for it. I was like, I'll take 9 ounces for that. But he turned it down, and so the whole deal tanked. The latest 10th, $453. I see they are inching up. It's the only piece of gold I have that is factored out to its cost per ounce. Is higher than spot. Yes, you're always going to pay a little higher than spot for 1/10 ounces. Just a matter of time till gold spot is above 45.30, and it absolutely is just a matter of time. I have American Silver Eagles I pick up regularly as well. I picked up 2 tubes of Silver Eagles. I got a great deal. I got them for $1,000 a tube. I was super happy with that. I paid $50 flat for them. To me, it was a good deal. I know some people might, they look at paying $50 for silver as expensive, but I mean, that's probably the best coin you can get your hands on. My feeling is what I'm going to do with the extra cash, if I just hang on to it, waste it on stupid stuff, or let the bank use it. I learned how to have a pile of cash for an emergency without spending it, but it does mess with me knowing it's losing purchasing power, it's losing value, sitting around. By the way, not having a money spending wife on stuff helps. I bought 2 quarter gold eagles in August and 2 more in September. By the time the latest was bought to complete an ounce, my cost, hold on, my eyes starting to get blurry a little bit. Sometimes my eyes get blurry. I don't know why that is. Cost me way less than spot. Some goes for each ounce. Same goes for each ounce. I've bought incrementally fractional over the past 48 months. Glad I did not listen to YouTube pros who exposed savings for the whole ounce. Yeah. You know, that's funny. I actually just talked about that yesterday. I don't know why people say that. You know, hey, just put away and keep saving until you can afford something big. No. The quicker I can get rid of my cash and get something that has a chance at going up in value, I want to do that. It is crazy, but it's happening. We're seeing it go up faster and faster. I got one friend, I told you guys yesterday's video, he's saving up to buy a 5-gram bar. He actually sends them the money every week, and once he has enough for the 5-gram bar, boom, they send him the bar. The bar just gets further and further and further away, literally, you know, because it's going up in price. I said, man, just buy 1-gram bars. In fact, I wouldn't even send them. You have me, I'll help you out. Pick up stuff. I see stuff all the time, opportunities. Hurry up and put it in. I've even picked up stuff, paid for it on my own pocket, and then said, you can give me this much money and buy me lunch. Take me out for lunch, and you can buy it. Now, I'm not going to do that on like a huge thing, but if it was something small, you know, a 5-gram bar of gold, you know, you're talking $500 or less, it doesn't bother me. I mean, I thought you were waiting for a pullback to buy. Remember, I said what happened. So this is my boy. He actually helps me out. He's got a YouTube channel too. B-Dubs. He actually helps me with my CPU and programming and stuff for YouTube. Needless to say, I was waiting for a pullback. But remember, I said once the financial quarter comes to an end, there's not going to be a pullback. That's it. Financial quarters only see the pullback, a good pullback, because they have to settle up on the paper ounces. Pullbacks are a temporary thing. That's it. The price is going to go higher. We're going to see it higher. I might have to give him a call tomorrow and actually make sure he sees that. I'm assuming that's Ruben, but I don't know. Because nowadays people there's so many like same names. Sweet Chili Heat, another comment 36 minutes ago. Did you hear the Canadian Mint discontinued the set with the Kraken and the Werewolf? Creatures of the North or something. I am so mad. So that wouldn't be the first time that something got canceled more than halfway through it. I've had that happen to me, and that irked the heck out of me. The presidential dollars. But I gotta thank Obama for that. It started out presidential dollars. I loved it. It was an awesome thing. I was putting up 2 boxes at one point. And then I ended up downing it to 1 box. And then I said, why am I buying this stuff? And they're not even going to finish making them. Now, you got to buy the presidential dollars from the mint at a premium. I said, I'm not going to keep holding their junk. Here I am buying a coin for $1 because it has $1 value, and it's losing value. What a mess that was, and I had way too many of them. Think about it, $1,000 on each president, hoping that once the whole set of every president comes out. But the truth of the matter is you can never have all the presidents because it keeps growing and going. So, yeah. Let's see. Been buying, not going to sell. I've seen $50 silver 3 times. Actually hit 51. Has dropped down to 49. A short little pullback. Now, this time is way different. Hold your silver. Yeah, you're one of the lucky ones. I had a friend of mine. He was telling me the other night that he goes, you were not around when silver hit 50 and then plunged to 34. That was devastating for a lot of people. You know, that's why to him, he don't hold. He said, I'm not a speculator. I'm in business to buy and turn around and sell it and make a profit. I said, I understand. He goes, and this stuff is all going to get melted down. I don't care. I have no sentimental value to anything. There are a couple coins he has that he likes because he likes them. Like he's got one. I got to be careful how I say these next words. They're not popular on YouTube. He has one Silver Eagle that was in the September event. 20 years ago, roughly? You can decide on the 11th. What you should know what I'm saying. It's a touchy subject here on YouTube. So, needless to say, he has one that was there when everything collapsed, and it got certified, and he's sitting on it right now. And he said, you know, I like it. I might end up selling it, but it's a pretty cool coin. Okay, question. Is 51.27 now a new all-time high for silver, even if it closes the day less than 50? So here's the thing. We officially hit 51.27. We did not close. I don't think we closed over 50. Oh, no. Kitco bids is that, even though it closed less than 50, Kitco bids is $50.04. Ask 50.16. So, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, it doesn't really matter. What's important to remember from this is each day we're seeing a little bit of a higher high. I wouldn't be surprised if next week we see silver bump into the 52s and then maybe come down a little bit. Maybe even the 53s and come down a little bit. And then, I mean, where do you look? Where is the floor? I mean, something crazy is going on. I can't stress how weird this is that you've got 49.60 for spot now and you have 47.40. That is a $2.20 difference. Something big is going on. And we're going to find out. I'm convinced we're going to find out within, maybe even by the end of this year, we're going to find out what's going on. That's it. It's going to be crazy. Okay, moving on. So I first clicked the futures price, and like you said, on this rare occasion, yeah, it's even worse now. I had to check the spot price to see a higher price instead. Yeah, it's crazy. Gotta be careful because when I start scrolling down, sometimes it jumps too many names. I don't want to jump too far. Canadian, been buying silver 3 times. Okay, here we go. Mike, I got $10 face of war nickels, $11.25 troy ounce of silver for 28 an ounce this week. That was the deal of all deals. How the heck? Yeah, that's extremely good deal. If you basically paid $28.05 an ounce, that is a steal, even though they're war nickels. And I know some people don't like war nickels. I like them. I like finding them. Actually found one the other day. Excuse me. Actually found one the other day. That was pretty cool. Okay, question. Calvin. Is $51.20 the new all-time high for silver? Did I already read this one? Or did that come up twice? I don't know what happened. I might have already read that one once. Kitco bid, ask, range. Yeah, I did read that one. I don't know how that one. I didn't remember reading the other one, but that one I just read. Yeah, so, I mean, question now, a new all-time high. Yeah, in my opinion, that's a new all-time high. Even though it didn't close above that, still a new all-time high. Only wish I had started earlier. Walks with one. Everybody is going to say that. There are people getting in right now at 50, and they're saying, I wish I had gotten in at 40. I wish I had gotten in at 30. But they're buying at 50. And they're going to buy at 60, and people will come in at 70 and say, I wish I had started buying at 50. There's always going to be a new batch of people that says they wish they had. You need to take into effect where these people are selling and know that the public selling has very little effect on the markets. You're absolutely right. Right now, I don't know. You're right. It doesn't have a big effect on the spot price now, but as they sell and all that silver filters up to the big refineries, gets melted down into 5,000-ounce bars, and all of a sudden, whoever it is that needs silver by the end of the month for some big delivery that they want physical, it's if they make their delivery, well then yeah, price will come down, possibly, unless there's more big delivery that people that want delivery, and that's it. So it may not have a big effect, but it does slowly affect. It just has a delay, in my opinion. Someone wrote buying. Yes, buying. Carmelo, I think I pronounced that right. Buying, absolutely. I'm still buying. I know some people laugh at that, but I'm still buying. Let's see. Won't be selling anytime soon. Besides, I just started stacking a few months ago at 38, thinking I was too late. Everybody thinks they were too late. No matter what the price is today, you're going to think you were too late. If you're buying at 50, you were too late. If you're buying at 60, you were too late. But the truth of the matter is, just as the dollar will never be worth more than it is today, I believe silver will never be cheaper than it is today. So that's something for you to think about. Prices of everything are going up higher and higher. Hey, T, what do you think about this 50 plus silver price? Gotta be honest, I really didn't think we would see this price for at least another 5 years. Glad to be wrong. I'll be honest, I am ecstatic. I feel like it's not gonna be long. Remember I told y'all, soon I'm gonna be going to maybe the Philippines, settling down, hopefully. Maybe, I don't know, I have a few friends say you ought to just go over there and visit for a couple months. Maybe, but I'm not convinced I'm going to want to come back once I go for a couple months. But who knows? I don't put anything in stone. We get dealt a hand, and we just got to play it the best we can. Right now, my hand is looking like my collection is worth more and more. And down the road, I may set me up a bank account that I can transfer money from here to the Philippines, teach my kid about silver. He already knows a lot about it, and tell him, look, I want you to take, when I text you or message you on Facebook or whatever, I want you to go and sell that many ounces and deposit the money into my account. Not a lot, I mean, the Philippines, you don't need thousands and thousands of dollars. You take whatever money you got coming in, plus a little extra just for a little more fun. Although some people that live in the Philippines now have said, dude, what you get monthly is way more than enough to live comfortably in the Philippines. So I'm hoping they're right. I wish more people could put all the crumbs together and see the future holds. Gold shall destroy the Fed. He who has the gold makes the rules. I love that saying. That was something my dad always used to tell me, even though he associated with paper. He who has the money makes the rules, the paper, and he'd show me a stack of cash. Gold, a tier 1 asset. Silver being considered a strategic metal list soon. I'm gonna add soon in because it's not official yet, but it will be. The BRICS nations and the Belt Road Initiative. I'm not an educated person, but the yellow brick road and silver brick is being paved in front of our eyes. It absolutely is. A lot of people are just going to miss the boat. A lot of people still tell me, you've been saying bricks, bricks, bricks for years now, a couple years. Okay, Rome wasn't built in a day. The BRICS is positioning themselves right now. I'm not selling. I'm buying. I'm in the same boat as you, Joshua. I am buying what I can when I can. There's definitely opportunity. Let's see. I'm not selling. I'm buying. $50.21 this morning. Getting good rid of all my crypto. So I've got a lot of friends that are still into crypto. I wonder if a certain point will come where they'll say, man, I'm tired of this up and down game. What did we go up? All-time high was 123. Now the all-time high is 124, and now we're going back down again. Gold, definitely holding its own. Silver holding its own. I think cryptos is just designed to convince people. Why do you think silver? Look at when cryptos came out. Look when Bitcoin came out. Bitcoin came out just before silver ran to $50 and gold ran to $2,000 last time. Now we're hearing a lot more about crypto. Oh, crypto just hit a new all-time high. Bitcoin hit a new all-time high. You're hearing that now because they don't want you invested in it. Silver is up $2.29 now. Sit back and see the drama. Gold is up $21 a few minutes later. Silver dropped by 50 cents. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of right now volatility because there's a lot of people that have a good amount of money and they don't know what's going on. They can't understand why gold and silver is going up. So what do they say? They just say, oh, it doesn't make sense. I'm going to bet everything against it. And these are the people that are going to be crushed. I just pray it stays up a buck or so today. The rug could be yanked hard. Yes, I mean, the rug could be yanked hard. We could see the price come down quick. I don't think we will. I think that's why we're seeing the futures price spreading away, diverging from the spot price. Because people don't want futures. They want their silver now. They see what's going on. That's true panic setting in a world where even the most, I'm going to say, I mean, let's be honest. The dollar is the world reserve currency, but yet our government can't even stay open. We can't pay our bills. What is that saying about us? How the heck are we the world reserve currency? I'm still buying, just less because of the prices. I think people that are selling are mostly just getting beat up by the bills and inflation. Absolutely. A lot of people selling are getting beat up. I don't think these people are necessarily selling because they think this is it. I think they just realize, hey, it's hard to make ends meet now. Americans typically don't own precious metals. I guess you covered yourself in that. Typically don't own precious metals, while in other countries most citizens typically do. I go to the Chinese food restaurant a lot. My favorite meal is Chinese food buffets. I know some people don't like them, but I love them, and especially the hibachi. Needless to say, I make it a point to always talk to the Chinese girls that are working. I ask them, what are your thoughts on gold? What are your thoughts on silver? Oh, where I'm from, my parents, they buy a little bit of gold. Not a lot, just little pieces, like small 1 gram bars or 1 gram beads. Silver, I don't believe in that. They don't like silver. I don't know why that is. A consensus from most Chinese women that I've talked to that frequent back and forth to China don't like silver. I don't know why. But I've heard the opposite with India. People that I talk to from India, they really like silver. So it's interesting. Once heard about the VAT tax being put only on silver, and it made me wonder, was that tax on silver to deter people from buying it and only stack gold? Could silver actually be the top tier asset to own? We are all just being played. So that's a good question. For years, I have had comments on my videos that says silver and gold should be a 1-to-1 ratio. I mean, it comes out of the ground 7-to-1. How do you justify that? How do you justify 1-to-1 when I can go and mine 7 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold? But how many of them ounces of gold are still above ground, and how many ounces of them silver are going in a landfill each year? That is a very important thing to think about. With that being said, who knows? I don't know how that will play out. I used to always say it would never happen 1-to-1. It's not unbelievable now. It's really not. If something happens and they need silver, and who's sitting on the most silver? JP Morgan. And they're not going to let the cat out of the bag until it's too late. And we could all be being played. I got asked today why I even bought gold like I've bought in gold. I mean, I wish I had bought in silver, but sometimes you got to buy where the premiums aren't. I mean, I remember when the spot price on silver was $32 and they wanted $34 for silver. The spot and the premiums were just racked up. I said, well, I'm not paying a $4 premium. I'm not paying it. I'll buy a piece of gold instead and get rid of my fiat dollars. Gold's done 55%, silver's done 65%. I can't complain. However, now if I have the opportunity, little by little, more people are getting into it. There are people that are trading. I keep my eyes open. Let's see. It seems, from what I'm gathering, that people are selling because they are financially struggling. Absolutely. Not weak hands. Someone had to break their hand for them to let go. A little sad, but silver did its tricks by keeping their savings out of spending temptations. And that's actually true. I'm going to get into that part here in a minute. And it protected their buying purchasing power. A bit all in not so bad after all. Yeah, so first of all, I can tell you when I was younger, I spent a lot of money. Even when I got a little older, before I started stacking, I would spend a lot of money. All of a sudden, I got into precious metals, and I loved it. It was a great way to save money. And yes, I mean, even to this day, some of y'all know me personally, know I like to buy lottery tickets. I mean, just the other day, I went and spent, essentially, I feel bad saying this because someone's going to be like, are you crazy? But I'm honest. I'm very honest with people. Just the other day, I went and spent the equivalent to 10 ounces of silver on lottery tickets. But that doesn't mean much when tickets are now $50 and $100 lottery tickets. Something I am working on trying to slow down. But I can tell you what does slow me down. If a good deal of silver comes up, I'll spend that first, and that's it. I mean, then I don't have any money to gamble. Silver, absolutely. Someone put some hearts, some little congratulations symbol. Isn't it crazy that when silver hits 50, maybe within the next week or so, that we will only have been in $40 range for 6 months before? Well, shoot, we were at 41 only 3 weeks ago. That it was in the upper 30s. Things are moving so fast, and they're only going to start moving faster, in my opinion. I've been stacking since silver was $18. So yeah, I started stacking. I told people this. I started stacking at like 21, 22. I wrote it all the way down to $15 on the 4th of July weekend. 0 premiums, $15 an ounce from, what was the name of the company that Provident Metals is who I bought from. And I bought a bunch that weekend. I helped someone else buy. They wanted to buy 4 monster boxes. It was a friend of mine. He had the money in the bank. He said, what do you think? I've been wanting to break down. I told him, I said, wait until the weekend. And it's 4th of July weekend. They'll run some kind of a special. They ran spot price. So that was pretty crazy. Although the Eagles, I guess he did pay like $1.50 over on the Eagles. I have not sold anything. So I can't say that. I've sold some little stuff here and there, but I tend to overbuy. I'm saving it to be used with my retirement programs. That's what I tell people. You save it for your retirement, then you get a little Social Security check, and you sell off a little silver. At that point in time, silver will probably be over $100 an ounce, and boom. And here's the thing that people don't realize. If they devalue the dollar, this is huge. I wish I could save this. Hopefully if someone wants, leave me a comment and mention what I'm about ready to say. If they devalue the dollar, your currency could come down, but the price of silver don't have to come down in price. People would flip out if the dollar gets devalued. Then they would all of a sudden want to buy precious metals. So yeah, I mean, you could see, I've been stacking silver since $18 an ounce, and I'm still stacking. I've not sold anything. That really is amazing, and you're absolutely right on that. Use it in tandem with your Social Security or whatever it is. $75 plus by the end of the year. I don't know if I could agree with that totally, but it could happen. Like I said, we're going to see $100 silver next year. And in order to see that, we only need to see silver double between now and next year. If we go to $75 this year, we only need a 50% gain next year, and we see $100 silver. It's definitely happening faster. Something is going to happen with the futures price and the spot price. That is coming very soon. Look at the look at the volume of trading down here. This is insane. I just can't wait till the markets open tomorrow and Monday. That's when it's going to be exciting. Come Monday, when stuff settles out over the weekend. Even if it has a pullback, what would you rather have, fiat or silver? Unless it's going straight into an asset to beat inflation, they're squeezing people, taking the metals out of the common people's hands. This is how they confiscate. Yeah, it'd be hard for them to confiscate today in the form of confiscation, per se, but all they got to do is keep letting the price go up, and people can't afford it. I don't know how many people I talk to that can't afford gold right now, so they're turning to silver. If the sheep are selling, then I'm buying, and that's exactly my thoughts too, Ronald. Let them sell. I'm not selling for dollars. Absolutely, I'm not selling for dollars. Unless I need some money for something, I'm not selling. Man, we had a lot of comments on this video. This could get hard to do down the road if we continue to grow in comments. It was clear that those who never understood why they actually should have bought silver will use the opportunity at its all-time high to part with it, only for kicking themselves soon after for having done this. Like I said, I know someone right now that he bought his stack for 29, sold his stack for 39. He has got to be kicking himself in the butt right now that we're at 51 or 50. So selling while it's almost $50 when $50 is the new base floor. That's a good point. Some people are saying it's the new floor. It's too soon, I think. We only just hit $50 yesterday. I think it might be a little too soon to say it's the new floor. I think we will test through 50, under 50 a little bit. But then again, we technically are under 50 a little bit now, but not anything major. So I'm not worried at all. Morning, everyone. Those who are selling do not understand. I think that's a good comment. It's common that people are saying that, and they're going to say that. If you're selling, you've never really understood why you're buying, because I can't see selling. Another interest cut coming this month. Don't sell. That's what's going to be exciting. When that next interest rate comes, is it going to be 0.25%, or will they just come out and do something crazy like 0.5%? With that said, I see silver at 55 to 60 by the year's end. A lot of people have been commenting $60, $70. Just my opinion, not financial advice. Got to put that little clause in. You don't want someone saying, Cat told me it was going to be 60, so I held. I'm going to go after Cat for legal giving financial advice that was wrong. No, I'm just kidding. We don't know. I really think it's going to probably inch higher the more I think about it, but we'll see. Fish are selling their guts to the sharks right now. It's just the prelude to 2011 was just a dress rehearsal for the, I don't know how to pronounce that word, evisceration of the middle class. Evisceration? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Of the middle class. We hold $700 T in assets if they can't steal it from Africa and Asia anymore, they're coming after us. That's probably a good point. Unknown, how's it going, buddy? Morning T, morning everyone. Welcome the new members. Hope all is well. Next one, Reese. Despite the abundance of YouTube videos which explains precious metals and economics, the average American loves their dollars as if it were their flag. Even many coin shops are quick to sell their silver. They too love US dollars. So yeah, I got to say that, people are quick to love their dollars. With coin shops though, you got to understand, they're having stuff come in every day. Someone brings it in, they might pay 48. They turn around and sell it to someone for 50. Every 50 ounces, they make $100 essentially, and that's 2 more ounces. That's why they're doing it. So I understand their point of view. I got one friend. He tells me, look, I'm just trying to flip this stuff as fast as I can, and as quick as I can, and just hurry up and buy more from the next person that walks in my door thinking 50 is high. The people are selling aren't real believers. What? Because you sell doesn't mean you sell it all. Many people that have bought silver did so decades ago. It's finally time to take profits. Here's a question. Will you be stacking when you are 65, 70 years old? 65, 75 years old, the time has come for many to sell. And that could be true. I'm not going to lie on that. I've told people I wouldn't sell my stack, but come retirement age, I don't want to work. If I don't make it to retirement age, hey, I'll have something to leave behind. Let's see. People want profits. Can't blame them. Take a trip to Greece, buy a new big screen TV, a car, buy a half a cow. Oh, that's something I've been wanting to do so long now. Buy a half a cow or a cow and have it cut exactly the kind of steaks I want. Put them in the fridge and have fresh steaks every day and not have to go to the grocery store and buy stuff that was dipped in whatever to keep it red. Take a fishing trip. Use the fiat. Make life easier and more enjoyable. Sitting on your stack is measerly, and just handing it to your kids theory is clutch thinking. Reward your own patience and years of stacking, and damn, treat yourself to something truly special. Doesn't mean sell it all, but what the heck, sell 25% if you have a bunch. I can see that, but I'm thinking more along the lines right now. I hate to say this. They're on the ropes. They're on the ropes and they need physical. I'm certainly not going to give them the edge that they need. I'm going to hold out. I look at what happened at GameStop. People that held out with GameStop ended up making a lot more. As long as you did eventually sell, I just don't see $50 as anywhere insane. Like that price, $50 price is nothing to me. I think it should be a whole lot higher. I am young, just started stacking 4 months ago. I just hope I can stack enough before it becomes unattainable. So here's the deal. I watched someone do a full stack video on their gold one day, and I looked at that stack and I said, damn, dude. I said, that is crazy how you accumulated that much. He said, well, you got to understand, when I started stacking, it was $400 an ounce for gold. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot, but it wasn't 4,000. It was 400. And now you look at that stack and you're just like, damn, that's insane. Let's see. I don't like how fast it's rising. I only get paid every 2 weeks. I'm really wondering if that's Ruben. I think that is Ruben, but if he was buying, I think he would tell me. You'll have to tell me. If B-Dibs, if you're who I think you are, put it in a comment. I think that's you, but you might just have the same picture. Even it's a car, just like his. So I'm wondering. I wonder if there's a way to click on this. Let's see. Open new tab. I wonder if I can click on it and see if this is who I think it is. Oh, no, I don't think it is who I think it is. Because he's got a bunch more subscribers, and he has a lot more sports car videos. He actually modifies cars, and then they take them down to Mexico. And I don't know if it's against the rules, but they sometimes race. Let's see here. Scrolling through. I'm still buying. I ain't selling. Who knows? Who knows that's who? Who knows that's who? I'm still buying, not selling. You're absolutely right. That's the same here. And I think, oh my word, are we at the official end? We are at the official last comment. John, every time I go to my local coin shop without expectation, I am the only one there buying. Everyone else is selling all summer long. Yeah, people have been selling for a little while now. I think they started selling heavily at 45. Then people that didn't sell but were on the fence as we got up to 50, now they're selling. Here's the thing. I think we're going a whole lot higher. Soon a lot of the weak cans are going to get taken out of the equation. They're not going to have their silver anymore. And they may try to buy it back because they know it will go even higher. Or they may sit on the sidelines and just be like, damn, I wish I didn't sell. And that always happens. It happens with crypto. It happens with stocks. It always happens. So for me, I'm going to hold out at least a little longer. If I need the money, I definitely am not afraid to sell a little bit, but it's only going higher. And that's because the dollar is continuing to go lower. And what the DXY says is not 100% true. Take a look here. 99.36. We can see it is having a little bit of a breakout right now, back up to the 100. But let's look at it year to date first. Year to date, down 10% probably. Is it going to reload? I don't know if it will. I don't know if I'll be able to. I always have trouble with this thing. No, it keeps wanting to come on day one. I don't know why that does that. Boom. Year to date, you can see it has been getting crushed all year. It started going sideways. Now we're making a push back up to the 100. But I don't think it's enough to. I think we're just going to see it turn back even lower. So, and this doesn't matter to me. All the DXY is what is the value of the dollar compared to other fiat currencies? Put that up against gold and see what it looks like. I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like gold is going up for a reason, sitting at 39.76. And it doesn't bother me at all. What is the futures price on gold? Just curious. 39.76. Futures price on gold, which is what it should be, higher than the spot price, sitting at 40.41. So people still are predicting that gold is going to go higher in the future. People are just demanding physical now. They want physical silver now. Why now? Something is coming. With that being said, going to wrap up the video here. I thank everybody for watching. If you made it this far and you didn't hit that subscribe yet, do me a favor, do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. If you have a hype button next to the thumbs up button, if you scroll, you hit that thumbs up button and then scroll to the side, you might have a hype button. If you can, hit that hype button, help me out, and it's getting exciting. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys again tomorrow on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Oh, actually, I won't see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. I'll see you guys Monday. So take care. But I may do something. Who knows? It all depends. This is a busy weekend for me, though, so who knows? Take care. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Holy